Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a crochet with me video on how to make this mini snowflake. It is super easy and a beginner can definitely do this. You can add this to garland, hang it around your room, whatever you like. Before we get started, make sure to like and subscribe and let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions about this pattern or you need any help. I'll be happy to help you. And with all that said, let's get started. Also, please ignore any of the cuts on my hand. We have a puppy, insert photo here, and he thinks I'm his personal chew toy. You might hear him moaning in the background. So first we are going to create a slip knot and then put our hook on it. And we are then going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch right here, or the first chain. My terminology isn't great. Just pull that through, move the tail out of the way. After we have slip stitched that, we are going to chain 3. This will count as our first half double crochet, and we're going to do 11 half double crochets into the circle. So we'll do 1, make sure to chain 1 after your half double crochet, so that is 2. Here's 3. Okay, so make sure you count the little spaces. You want 12 spaces, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then when we combine, this one will make our 12th. All right, and then we are just going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, so right here. If you could do that neater than I did, kudos to you. And then I like to pull the little back to close up that circle. Next we're going to do the puff stitch. So into the space right next to our chain 3, what you're going to do is kind of pull up the loop a little bit and then grab yarn and pull it through. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you're going to do it 5 times every time you do the puff stitch, and then pull your yarn through. I like to give it a little pull. And then we are going to, I don't know, is this considered slip stitch or chain 1? But you're basically locking it in by doing that. After this, we are going to chain 3, so 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going into the next space and we're just going to do a single crochet. So just like that. And then we're going to chain 3. Basically, like the chain 3 spaces are the connector to each of these. So we are going to do a puff stitch again. So let's go in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then pull through all of them. This part can be a little tricky, especially if you have a hook that, I don't know, things get caught on this hook and separate the yarn, which is annoying, but we're gonna then do our chain 1 or slip stitch, whatever you want to call it, chain 3, and we're just going to do this all the way around. So I'll meet you once we are going to connect. Once you have made your last single crochet and you chained 3, we are going to just slip stitch into the chain 1 space right there that we made. So we're just going to slip stitch like that. Now we are going to make like the little points of the snowflakes. So first we are going to chain 3, and then we are going to go back into that same chain 1 space and slip stitch. Give it a little tug. We're going to chain 6, and we are going to slip stitch again, pull, And we're going to do 3 again. And slip stitch into that same space. Just like that. There we have our little points. Now we are going to chain 3 as our connector. We're going to skip this hole and we're going to go right next to the next puff we're going to be working with. So we're just going to single crochet into here. And then we are going to slip stitch into the top, just like we did the other time when we're going to chain 3 for the baby peak. We're going to slip stitch that. We're going to chain 6. We're going to slip stitch again. No one tells you how hard it is for these creators who make these tutorials. I am crocheting through a camera right now and it's one of the hardest things I've done. We're going to chain 3 again for that other small picot. And then pull through, give it a little tug. Chain 3 as our connector here. And then slip stitch at the top of the next puff. And you are just going to do that all the way around until you reach the end, and I will meet you guys there. Okay, so once you have done your last little point and you've chained 3 to connect, we are going to do the same thing of single crocheting right next to this puff stitch. And so we'll do that. And then just to secure it even more, we'll slip stitch again into that chain 1 space. You can go ahead and fasten off and then weave in your ends and this one as well. So what I like to do after I finish is pull this loop longer and then snip it off. And then in the back, I take the yarn and I put it through just the back 2 stitches right here so it's secure. And then when it hangs, if you want it to hang, it hangs from behind the point, which I think looks nice. You could obviously do it any way that you would like, but that's just what I've been doing for putting it in garland. But you have a mini little snowflake now.